Thank you for joining the Essential Therapies Podcast. Dr. Cindy here with some more road reflections on my commute into work today. I just wanted to talk about this idea of a term that I recently coined, myofascial mindset. And what I mean by this is it is so important what we are thinking in our mind and how that affects what we are feeling, and then how that is related into our fascial system through every single cell of the body. So we know that fascia is connected continuously, holds every cell together throughout our body, doesn't just go around muscles and organs, but literally through them, and is a fiber optic system, you could think of it as, which communicates through the entire body instantaneously. So if you have a day where you're feeling low and just down, just think about how your body responds to that in movement and just expression and how you come across and how you move through the world, compared to a day where you are joyful and happy and you're almost like bounding through life with joy. It's just a different feel, and all of that is going through the fascial system as a communication through our entire body. So what happens when someone comes in to begin their myofascial journey and they have been through the ringer? Let's just say they've been through all the medical things. They've been through maybe several rounds of physical therapy, even they've had medications, maybe they've even had surgery, and things aren't changing. They've been told that there's nothing really wrong with them, but yet they feel all of this pain and they haven't been able to do the things that they enjoy in life for quite a while. What happens is that mindset starts to pull them down even more. And then I feel like it actually makes the fascial system even tighter. So what I like to start with is their mindset and giving them hope, especially when I feel a body that feels severely restricted. And I can tell that this can change because I've been doing this for a long time, not only on patients, but in my own body and doing self-treatment and getting treated and knowing where I've been and how it can change with this type of treatment. But then also my mindset was a huge help. So if someone doesn't even believe that they could get better, it's going to be very hard for the system, and I say the system meaning the body itself, but how it's held together and its communication network through the fascia is going to be resistant. So I feel like as we begin our myofascial journey, it really starts in the mind. It starts in a belief system of whether this is going to work or not. Because if you come to a session and you're like, well, I don't really think this is going to work, it's very unlikely to have a good benefit. Now, sometimes we can make some structural changes anyway, but for the most part, you have to be on board. And the more you are on board, the more you are aware of the amazing things that can happen, your body starts to adapt to that already. And this is in line with so many different authors out there, but especially Bruce Lipton and the biology of belief, where we know that the body follows the mind. So if our mind is in a very difficult place, it's going to be very hard for the body to change in a positive way. If we can get glimpses of hope and start to visualize and realize that, yes, I want to become like this, meaning a new version of self that moves better, has no pain, etc., then the body actually has an opportunity to change. So my work as a therapist is much easier because now the body is working with me. It's starting to actually feel this belief or this joy that things can change in a positive way. So what happens if it's the other way around? If there's such heaviness in the mind that the body is never going to change, I'm never going to get better. Even those words are so powerful. Words have energy. The things that we say and the things that we think conduct a frequency. And that frequency affects the body. And even if you don't understand this whole energy thing, it's still going on. So acknowledge it or not, it's still happening. So why not just stop the negative talk and start a positive way of thinking and believing, and decide what belief systems are here that I really don't like and I don't want to hang on to anymore, even if it seems impossible to you. Let me give you an example. I can't play golf anymore because it hurts so much when I do play, or I don't have the motion available anymore, and I have, this all going on. I've tried all the things. I've tried everything. This is one I hear a lot. I've tried everything. I'm never going to get better. I'm not going to be able to make this happen. If you keep repeating that over and over, this is the message your body is hearing. It's not going to get better because it really doesn't think it can. It's following orders from Command Central being your mind. And so if you change that, if you maybe have some stories of, wow, here's somebody who had something similar to me. Look what happened. Their life changed. It was actually this fascia thing, and they actually got better through working on themselves and getting treatment. Maybe that could be me. Let yourself feel that little spark of hope and let that grow and bring attention to that. Don't worry about how you're going to get there. Just pretend, be there, imagine. Many years ago, when I was getting treated in Sedona at the John Barnes Sedona Treatment Center, John said to me himself, and it had been about 18 months and I've been able to really do exercise the way I wanted, the way I enjoyed, because I was in pain and just so much going on in my physical body, and severe migraine headaches and so on. And I really missed this way of life of exercise and being active and so on. And he said to me, what is it you'd like to be able to do? And I said, right away, I thought, well, if I could do small triathlons again, just mini triathlons, sprint triathlons, we call them, I would be happy, because I would know that if I could do that, I could do all the other physical things that I would like to be able to do. And I really love the community. I love being out there and helping other people, especially on their first triathlon, and just really engaging the community. So he said to me, I want you to just imagine being able to do that. Use as many of your senses as you can. Imagine what it feels like on your skin with the wind blowing or in the water, and what your body would feel like, and the sounds and the sights, and just escape there several times a day, even if it's only for 30 seconds, and do it often. And don't worry about how you're going to get there. Just imagine how wonderful it would feel to be able to do that in your heart. And I really took that advice. And this was the end of February that year. And I started to do exactly that. I would just pretend like I was a child, and not really knowing how it would happen. And by the end of the spring, so it was February, was at the end of February is when I had that treatment. In June, I did my next triathlon, which was amazing to me. So I got back into training, and, over the next few months, things started to get better for me. And there you go. Next thing you know it, I'm doing a triathlon in June. Now, I wasn't breaking any records. That was never my goal. I just like to be active and feel my body doing these things and enjoy that. That experience for me was the first one that really, really showed me that this is real. We have to watch our mindset. And it ties right into the fascia, because our consciousness is flowing through that fascial system. So our mindset matters, and it matters in our fascia. So start there. Start imagining, what is it you would like to be able to do? And pretend that you're doing it. See yourself doing it and feel the joy. That's where it all begins. More on this to come. But for now, remember, you are creating tomorrow's body today. Have a great day, and talk to you soon.